Last episode, we achieved greatness, obtaining everything the growing body could need, and ignored the attack on the locals. Today, we'll continue much of the same. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I am just going to set up a little bit of healing, because having some healing is a good idea. Yeah, we're going to need that. We're going to need to say one of these. And that doesn't go there, and two of those. Next, we're going to need some sand cooked up, which we conveniently have. Bottles will become a commonly used necessity. So I'll cook up some extra then. There we go. And I don't really have a plan jumping into any of these. Now that I sort of have a bunch of equipment, it terrifies me to have this on my like I'm gonna accidentally eat it one of these days. But like I need it on my hotbar because the day that I actually need it, I'll need it on my hotbar. Maybe we'll help out with that raid. No, because the raids get terrifying, right? Whatever. Here, we'll do some potion work, and then once we have some potion work done, then it won't be so scary. Because having health potions, I believe a healing 2 is just 4 hearts, which is exactly how many we're missing. Now, it may not be the most efficient thing, but we are going to just use 1 for fuel reasons. And we'll make ourselves some glistening melons. There they are. And they're not going to be splash potions. We're just going to go for the 2 hearts of healing. Awkward potion, glistening melon turns that into healing, and then we'll use glowstone to turn it into health 2. I wonder how devastating those illagers actually are. Instant health potions. Wonderful. Also gives quite a bit of fuel, so we should be good on this for a while. I am worried about it suddenly becoming nighttime. Being unprepared for that. Instant health too. We're going to chug one of those instantly. Because it doesn't have any lingering effects. It is just instant health too. That's a lot of dudes. Oh, and those are witches. What the hell, man? That's terrifying. Hopefully Iron Golems just keep spawning and wiping out that raid, because I am not ready for that. Witches on their own are devastating. Even with all this healing at my disposal, they're still far too dangerous. One poison potion is just going to reduce me to half a heart. And I'm pretty sure you can get a Totem of Rebirth from a later stage of the raid, but I don't think it's worth all the effort. What do I even put there? That's going to be the inventory order. But having these potions of health, I mean, they do take up a good amount of inventory space, but we lose if our health hits 0. So, you know, a necessary sacrifice. Do I have a second shield? It's time to make one, because this one will not last all too much longer. Especially if I'm actually blocking arrows. So let's delve right into this. Find ourselves some enemies. We should have enough bow durability. More durability than we have arrows. Right, we are going to want to be careful because we don't want to get jumped by a witch. It appears to be on the far side. That guy has his arms folded. He's absolutely like one of them evokers or something. There has to be an iron golem left. It's the only way I can think that the village is doing so well. But where is the iron golem? I can't get a clean shot. I only have 17 arrows. Slow and steady. We can help these people. Oh shit, that was an accident. Throwing a potion at me. Alright, we've aggroed just one witch. Alright, calibrating their range. I'm gonna throw another slice, about half that space. Okay, that hits. I'm now slow, so you're gonna start throwing more severe potions at me. Those are the poison potions I need to avoid. There. Dead. Ooh, I can brew speed potions. That's a good point. Speed potions, having agility is not to be underestimated. Now, what's the last raider? Is it that guy with his arms folded? The edgelord? Edgelord would be terrifying because I think he summons the little pixie ghost things. No, there's the iron golem. I thought they were supposed to start glowing so that you couldn't lose them. It is becoming sunset anyways. There's a banner. There's another banner. Hello, you scared the shit out of me. Hey, you kill any guys who dropped anything fun? A witch dropped you some glowstone. How thoughtful. But where's the last guy? It doesn't matter which bed I sleep in. Having a respawn point doesn't matter. This is generally my home area, so something like coming back from the end isn't too concerning. Where's the last raider? Spider eyes can actually come in very handy. Iron from a dead golem, but another one spawns, so we're all good. So the advantage of spider eyes is, yes, we're not going to need poison potions. They're far more dangerous than any value they could provide us. But let us not forget the fermented spider eye, the ability to turn potions into essentially their devilish counterparts. Now, those are required for weakness potions, which are used for converting villagers back over. But that's not my favorite use of them. You see, with a little bit of gold and a carrot, you can make a golden carrot. Golden carrot into a potion makes night vision. Now, the opposite of vision is invisibility. And that is exactly one of the most valuable potions you can have. Invisibility decreases your detection radius. Why is the villager running away from that point? But invisibility decreases your detection radius. One of the biggest advantages of decreasing your detection radius is, well, mobs will shoot at you, they won't spot you, blah blah yada yada. Now, if you're wearing armor, it will increase your detection radius while invisible, but you can take off your armor. Trade-off being that if you hold nothing and you wear no armor, mobs don't know where you are. They won't target you, which is very valuable. Certain mobs may not care about that rule. I imagine the Ender Dragon just ignores it, and the Wither probably does as well. Though we could technically experiment with that. But a mob I know for sure that is affected is none other than the Elder Guardian. Found you, freak. Now we need to get out of this part of town because these guys have been continuously spawning on that side. But my main strategy for defeating Elder Guardians and clearing temples in general, I spawn next to my house. It's so rude. Is to completely, let's hit this bell. Warn everybody. The British are coming. The British are coming. The Elder Guardians and the entire temple, they don't target you. Now, they still have their Thorns effect, but you can just pace your swings and they still give you mining fatigue. But with a combination of water breathing and invisibility, you can completely mitigate the entire temple. You aren't fighting enemies, you just have to time your attacks. And that will be how I deal with those enemies. I imagine that bull thing does a ton of damage, so I am going to not interact with it. I don't see any witches. Witches are still terrifying, despite the fact that we took one on head on. I think it missed a poison potion narrowly. There's one of those crossed arm goons. They terrify me the most because they think those guys have magic. And magic men are terrifying. He's going to probably have range. He'll probably ignore the shield. Or he's going to summon the Vex, those floating little pixie guys. Those guys are hard to hit. Right? You found me by yourself. Perfect. No crossbow. Crossbows would be nice. Having a quick... I do not want to be targeted by the bull. I have been targeted by the bull. Just create distance. Because the guy on his back still hasn't aggroed me, I think. We're going to need to take him out from a range. I can't hit the guy on top of his back, unfortunately. Because we don't want to be shot, but I can't stand still and use my shield. I need to serpentine. I missed. Unfortunate. This is a technique that's used in many games. It is known as kiting, using your superior mobility and range to take down an enemy that is slower, that can't hit you from the same distance. Doesn't look like he's reloaded his cross. Never mind. Oh shit, don't want to get stuck in this pit because of the melee guy. The crossbow only did 1 heart to me. It's not actually that dangerous. He can charge right through the trees. Okay. He's a dangerous guy. How many arrows do I have left? 3?! It isn't looking as good as I previously thought I would be able to handle. Okay! That's a lot of damage. Sip my juice. 1 arrow remaining. I guess we'll put it into him, but that was the final hit we needed. Holy Christ. Gonna take your shot. My shield is broken. I just gotta kill you. So, the bull does... What was that? 7 hearts to me? And he has on his back a guy that hits for slightly more than that. Well... I'm also out of arrows. Well, I'm out of feathers, so I'm not truly out yet, but... Out, am I? These guys mean serious business. I could brew up something to support my combat. Something along the lines of, like, a speed potion to just help me get around. Or you get some strength potions. But I don't think a speed potion on its own is going to be what changes the game. I threw out my shovel at some point, I must have. Only explanation I can think for why I have no shovel. Well, it probably would be best to brew those types of potions. Not. I'm going to save much of my brewing resources, despite the fact that they do seem relatively plentiful at the moment, on healing, the most important of resources. And we're simply going to get ourselves some flint. We're going to make ourselves some arrows. And we are not going to attack guys at melee range. One more flint is necessary. There it is. Yeah, we don't need to put anything there. Let's make these health 2s because, I mean, it's just far more efficient on our resources to do so. We'll craft up 16 more arrows, and now that is the rest of our supplies. Our bow's durability isn't phenomenal. But you know, we should have... Oh, I mean, we have more bow durability than we have arrows. That was actually something I learned was very frequently the case in Mine Z, was that you would get bows that are like power 2, and you'd only have like 40 shots. Oh, these guys drop emeralds. These aren't the Totem of Undying guys. I'm still going to take these guys out from a range because I don't know which guys these are. I feel like those are the guys that open the earth. He moved. It's cheating. He moved again. 3 arrows to kill. He's not... No, for science. He wields an axe. Okay. That was not worth the risk of learning. Well, actually, no. I guess it was worth the risk because I didn't take any damage. And now I know that those guys wield axes, which are deadly enough to be avoided. Again, it doesn't matter which that I use, just getting one. The emerald trim is kind of funny. Axes deal a lot of damage, so we definitely don't want to touch those guys. But I can conserve my arrows. The raids appear to be over. I'd like to get rid of the rest of these illagers, though. That's the guy who summons the Vexes. Those little pesky whips. Also, he just took a sword strike and an arrow. I need to take care of the summoner first. Okay. Summoner dead. I doubt these guys despawn. But that is a Totem of Undying. That's extremely valuable. Oh god! And those guys are just as devastating as I thought they were going to be. I couldn't block him with my shield. I couldn't... Because I did put up my shield the first time he struck. I went to eat my golden apple. Well, I didn't even have the chance to pull it out. Died very swiftly. Oh, I don't get to see him. Or my dead corpse. An unfortunate end. Recklessly participating in a raid. Not realize that was the dangerous guy. After all that progress, what seemed like an unlosable situation. And now I gotta create a new thumbnail. Well, this isn't unachievable. We'll get to this point again. But I guess it's time we just leave that for season 3. And hopefully in season 3 we'll achieve more. Well, I mean, each time we're achieving a little bit more. So season 3, we're gonna get so much further. But that's it for this season. Man, iron armor just doesn't cut it in the modern era, huh? Also, I don't want to live next to a village next time. Maybe a little bit farther away. That way I don't got to worry about witches and I knew the Vex were dangerous. After I killed the guy, ran in, I should have just booked it for the water. I could have definitely outswam. But I didn't think I would die so rapidly. Also, I didn't realize it was one of those guys when I shot him. But now I know. Now I know. See, I'm learning. I'm an old-fashioned kind of player. This is the type of knowledge I need. And next time, for sure. Next time. In season 3, we make it all the way. Trust me, I can just tell these things. In the future, somebody's going to be looking at this, just rewatching old series and saying, season 3, that's the... You're looking at the playlist, and there's like season 12 over there. You're like, yeah, season 3 for sure. You know that season 3 ends in like one episode I die. Well, I mean, that's it for season 2. Made some pretty good progress, though. Not too bad. Played a little fast and loose, but I mean, listen, it's always gonna be fast and loose. It's just the way I play games. But we'll try again season 3. I'll see you then.